Hey guys, sorry for the delay. I had also problems with the stream. I've been late for 45 minutes. Actually, I was thinking that the video was streaming, but it's actually was stopped. So I had a background problems. So let's start immediately because we are behind the time. I will jump in into the Fed CME tool where we look what is going on the rates, and let me just quickly pass through this so we can look Bitcoin and Ether and then go to your questions. So we are still juggling about these two rate hikes and actually looking are we going to have one or two more when the Fed is going to pause. CPI is dropping, which is a good thing, but it's still above 475.5 region. So they might push rates. Depends how the CPI will unfold in the next readings. But actually, in these 2 months, we might be, in these 3 months, we might be end of the Fed pushing rate hikes higher. So let's see the 10-year yields, which we tracked here at Trading Analysis for a long time, and on the Crypto Lab. I still do see, as we were looking for rates to move lower, even from here, if you look the previous Crypto Labs, we do think potentially this might be just a small fourth wave, because the second wave was complex and relatively big. So looking for a small alternation here, potentially one more push up and then a big pause, which will allow risky assets to go further higher. If we look dollar index, I think that the first 5 waves are almost done, maybe one more push to the downside, which kind of agrees with rates with a little bit lower, and then I do see dollar index corrects and then continue lower in the rest of 2023, 24 and 25, which is in line also if we look the interest rate differential with this pause in the rates and actually good conditions for the EEM markets, world economy, and also risky assets. So we are potentially very or ending this correction lower, and then impulsive move lower, and this correction might start very soon in an ABC pullback, which might last up to March, in my opinion, and then I think dollar will continue higher in at least ABC pullback, which will take us down below 96.94. Okay, so from that perspective, we can also look at total crypto market cap, which is something that we have been looking so far as some type of a wave 4. As you can see, interestingly enough, total crypto market cap has posted a new low. Bitcoin didn't. So let me just little bit put a cold water on a very hot crypto optimism on the upside. So we still don't see a 5-wave development. Okay. And also, there is a possibility, as we looked for an ending diagonal, we invalidate that, not on the total crypto market cap, but on the Bitcoin. We are still in this range. So I want to see 5 waves up and a very strong developments, so I can consider this total crypto market cap recovering. Okay, so let me be clear. This is not enough. It can morph into various things. It can morph into some type of a triangle. It can morph in a more bigger ending diagonal. So this will be all of wave 1, and then this is a wave 2, 3, 4, and 5, which will take us around June, July, August this year. So this is not enough for me actually to say that we are at lows and that we're gonna continue in 5 waves up higher. Okay, so let me switch to the Bitcoin chart and let me just show you what I'm seeing here. As you know, we were looking for an ending diagonal. The second possibility is that this is a wave 4 and wave 5. It is possible, but still we need to see a fully developed 5-wave move, which is not the case here. Okay, so I'm not gonna pound my drums and say this is lows on cryptos. It will be definitely nice that if this is lows, but looking these macro conditions also, we might think it is possible, and I will give it a chance. But for that, I want to see 5 waves up around this 200 moving average, preferably above, where we can see a pullback. So if this is a new development on the upside, we will clearly not invalidate the impulsive wave count. Time relation will be good still, because we started moving higher before this 2618 relation of a time passed in a wave 2 than in a wave 4, and probability will increase that we are in the new bull trend, but not now. Okay, so currently if we are still in some type of a wave 4, either in flat or ending diagonal, we will definitely invalidate the bullish wave count, and then the only solution for the Bitcoin from my perspective will be that we are in an ABC pullback, and after that pullback is done, we're going to continue further lower. So this line is very important, and also what is going to transpire here. So bullish wave count, 5 waves up. If you want to see that on a smaller time frame, that is very visible. So I'm going to show you that on a different on a Binance feed. If we are looking this is definitely a nice push, very vertical one. It might be intermediary wave 3 in the primary wave 3 from these lows, but I want to see more. Okay, I need to see this subdivide in 5 waves, and then after a pullback I might consider around March, where the Fed most likely is going to plateau with rates and they're going to announce that. That might be relatively bullish for cryptos to continue higher. Okay, so this is not enough, at least in my world. This is not enough to actually say that Bitcoin has bottomed. Okay, situation with Ether is a little bit different. Ether is looking very nice. I have a very bullish wave count on Ether. Of course, not without Bitcoin developing further on the upside, but if I see 5 waves up, and Ether Bitcoin chart is definitely, as we said already for a year, is still a very bullish one. We do expect this a pullback. This is an Ethereum Bitcoin daily chart, A, triangle B, down in C, and then from these levels, Ether may be a favored one for the next year in this Ethereum Bitcoin cross, which means that if we are going to look Ethereum to be bullish, this is going to be a relatively very bullish wave count. Okay, so what do I need to see here? As you can see, Ether on a daily and weekly is trading above its 200 moving average, which is just one of the things that we look. But what is good, if we see 5 waves up towards this resistance trend line, and then a pullback in a wave 2 towards this 200 moving average, this is what we usually call a compression of energy. So when you have upper resistance and stronger support, which market usually looks, and many of the market participants looks for this as a kind of a resistance and looks for a 200 moving average as a support on these higher levels, we might see a pretty drastic explosion on the upside on Ether price. Okay, this is still not a done deal. It's going to be, for us at Trading Analysis, some place where we can control our risk, and we can try that. Definitely this pretty much works for me from the risk perspective, because down here around 200 moving average will be around 1540, smaller stop losses and potential big reward. It's going to be on my radar. On the bearish wave count, this might be some just type of a flat and we go lower, so this is going to be my secondary option for now. I'm going to look very attentively what is going on here. And one more thing, if you remove these labels, you will see that Ether is still a sideway. Okay, so I can put any wave count here. I mean, that's my subjective view. Of course, when you are very well versed in the Elliott Wave world, you can have something like a more objective approximation when you measure probability. But if you look purely technically, you will see just that we are trading above 200 moving average. You can put some indicators here, which are still favorable, I think. There is the upper resistance and the pretty much sideways movement. Okay, when you throw the labels, which I think is going on, so that's completely changes the picture. So we do have some type of a button or a key where we can go back and forth with these labels. This is my opinion that we already had the lows here. This is a complex wave 2, and now if we see 5 waves up, it will be already part of the intermediary wave 3, which kind of suggests that it might be taken market by surprise, because this sequence here is the most rapid and the biggest usually sequence and the most vertical one when you are looking the 5 wave development. So pay attention on this energy compression here between the upper resistance and the 200 moving average, connected with this possible 5 wave moves and a pullback. So this will be something that we will be watching with our members at Trading Analysis. Couple of other things. I don't see much of these cryptos fully developed a 5 wave move on the upside. One of the things, Solana has been moving nicely on the upside, but this still doesn't convince me that we are still in some type of 5 wave move. We need a little bit more, 1, 2, maybe this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wave 1 might be longest, wave 3 middle, and wave 5 smallest. Sometimes that happens as well. And then on a pullback, it might become interesting for me. Mana was also something that we observed developing potentially a 5 wave move up. It's still not done. We have only 3 waves, but a fact that a first and a second leg are already far away from equality suggests potentially we might trace out 5 waves up on Mana. There is a couple of others, but not much of them. If you scroll through the whole of the crypto charts, 1 inch do not have clear 5 waves up. Aave also maybe something resembling it, but I will need more. ADA also something that might resemble still a 5 waves up. Maybe we would like to see a little bit more on the upside, but there is a couple of cryptos which are very well developed and a couple of them which are still in the process of developing. So Polkadot was also something we looked with our members. We still need a little bit more on the upside to actually anchor these potential 5 waves. So I will basically look that the picture is mixed, and that I will be very selective, okay? Especially with the latest development in the crypto world. So from the macro perspective, we might be close to the Fed, not pivot. Pivot will mean that rates is going to go lower. I don't think the rates is going to go lower, at least in the next couple of months. So I think they're going to reach their plateau and they're going to stay there and be data dependent, either in the next meeting or in the meeting in March. Okay, so that might create some of the better conditions, because market will look 6 months to 12 months forward on stocks, which might paint a picture that, okay, Fed is anchoring the inflation. It might be a little bit more optimistic, and a couple of things we'll look on stocks are definitely suggesting that as well. So yeah, so I don't see on much of the cryptos 5 wave developments. I still favor Matic, couple of others as well. So I'm still not doing anything. I'm waiting a couple of confirmations to see what is going on and what will happen, probably in light of the Fed meeting, which is coming in, let's say, 15 days. Let me just look for a date where we are at this one. It will be 1st of February. Okay, so we have 11 more days, and market will probably wait that to see what the Fed is actually thinking. So let me go to your questions. Alex, what data there to determine who is buying to create this pump? I think Glassnode on-chain analysis might be good to see that. Look their videos, they're on YouTube. Maybe they have some clues. It might be some of the big guys potentially trying to be early. That's my guess, but on-chain analysis is good for that. Hi Alex, do you think BTC will make new all-time high before or after halving? A very good question. Are we in the liquidity thing or a halving thing? So as you can see, before we have been moving on the new all-time highs after halving. Okay, so 2012 halving, lows, boom, new high, big pullback. Before halving, just a consolidation, then boom, new high, pullback. Again, 2020, 19, 18, 2020, move up, pullback, COVID, boom, new high after halving, and we are somewhere around there. Are we going to repeat the same sequence? Maybe. Definitely our bullish wave count kind of suggests that. But as you can see, it's still, the grounds are still shaky. Okay, according to these cycles, this one will be probably the next one that we kind of consolidate here, start to move on an impulse wave on the upside, do correct, and then boom, goes higher as this previous cycles was showing. So this was a pretty stable cycle if you look. So from last couple of halvings, we had a pretty much same situation. Okay, so I will say yes, as we look at the previous cycles, but are we going to have a liquidity and market condition for it? That's debatable in this situation. Okay. Schnitzel is asking for Gala. Hi Alex, what is your opinion on gold? Gold, I think it's a purely dollar play. As we can see, dollar index move lower, gold started to move higher. I still don't see a fully developed five-way move from lows. We have been indicating that when we were covering fully macro spectrum on the crypto lab. Gold was one of the things, and we were looking for the lows between 1,550 and 1,600 for gold, which actually it was. But the current development, we still need to see five-way move, and as the dollar is going most likely to correct soon, that might also transpire on gold as well, because I think gold is at least currently purely a dollar play. Hi Alex, what is your opinion on XCAD? Yeah, I already prepared the chart on XCAD, so if you look this as something of a complex in nature, we have equality and 0.786 levels here. So this is still undecisive. For the anchoring this Y wave here, we need to see more of a development in impulsive manner for me to be convinced that actually this is something that these lows will hold. Okay, so for now I still think it's early. At least you need to see on a smaller time frame some type of impulsive developments. You might be thinking on this one because this is a daily chart that this is impulsive, but then your confirmation will be we will go over this high and this high in impulsive manner, so you can actually confirm a probability that this was lows. So still in shaky waters. Hi Alex, hi Eva. Alex, what is your opinion on the Elliott Wave International report? And it's very bearish. I will just say that we are trading analysis are not that bearish. We are seeing still this as a correction, and we still think that we have, according, if you look our rate analysis and if you look our dollar analysis, we still think there is a little bit more upside left. 2023, 24, and 25. So we do see potential for a bigger correction, but not now. Okay. Let me see another couple of things. I love the dark scene more, sir. Yeah, I know, but we switched to white one because our clients in trading analysis, so we cannot do nothing about it. You will have to leave it, as I have to leave it. because white is also a little bit more tiring for eyes, but we are creating some reports for our members as well, and it's much better to do them with the white charts than with the dark charts. Okay. Yeah, so a couple of questions in regards of Bitcoin. So we still don't have, it can be a bigger ending diagonal, which I don't think it is. That's the first thing. Secondly, we don't have a confirmation that this was a low. We need 5 waves up, above, very above this 200 moving average. So this is a no man's land. We don't have a confirmation. We just know that this type of an ending diagonal, which was a smaller one, has been invalidated, okay? So this is, for me, it's still no man's land. As I explained on Ether, I'm looking for a bullish breakout. This will be my scenario, but with the condition we have 5 waves up, okay? So still no man's land. For me, this is not enough to actually call the end of this bear market, okay? We might be close, even if this is some bigger ending diagonal or some type of a flat, although that flat will be bigger in time than this wave 2, but that's another discussion. In that case, we will most likely invalidate these levels, which I'm looking for a bullish continuation, and then we're going to get just an ABC. So I think it's still early that we can pound any drums. I understand that crypto community, after this wreckage, what has happened in the crypto space, became a little bit more optimistic, but I'm still not. I mean, I need to see a clear technical levels plays out. I need to see more favored liquidity and macro conditions, because, as you know, crypto has become and behaving like an risky assets class, especially Bitcoin. Ether has more merits as a project, and as you know, 90% of these other projects has been beaten down so badly. Question is if they're going to recover, okay? Hex, I don't know if I have Hex here. I don't think so. Let me try. Nope. Yeah, I think that Hex is... can we find some chart which is a bigger on Hex? Let me try. Yeah, I will definitely need a bigger chart for Hex. Currently doesn't tell me much, maybe some type of a 5-wave move, but this is still far that we can proclaim recovery. Okay, I would like to see a bigger chart. This is on Poloniex. Maybe they have it because they're old, but no, this is just a small sequence. We need a chart with the whole Hex chart. But anyhow, let me just address it from the current perspective. So recovery is still not visible here. We need to see a 5-wave move up, challenging these resistance levels. So I will definitely look, if I want to be bullish, I will look for this development higher, and that will raise probability that actually Hex might continue after a 3-way pullback, but at least if it is a part of a flat, it's a small risk to try. Okay, so it's simple as that. So always from some type of lows, I want to see 5 waves up. Yeah, Solana still not, in my opinion, 5 waves up. So Solana is still not. Although we have seen a relatively larger rise, Solana is something which is still, I think, not ripe for a full recovery. Okay, so from the perspective of the developments from lows, this might be a beginning. It definitely looks like a potential 5-wave move, and definitely we have to watch that, because if this is so, we're gonna see a nice pullback, which is going to be something that we need to observe for the another development higher. Okay, so for now, I think this is a first 5-wave sequence on the upside, and then which was a pretty large first wave, and then we have a second very vertical wave 3, pullback in a wave 4. So we might be going higher. So wave count validation, which means that price needs to hold above these levels. On Solana, we have 4 versus 3, 38.2% retracement, which is nice for the fourth wave. We also have, I think, some type of a flattish correction here in an A, B, down in C. So if you see 5 waves up and a pullback, we might be in the final 5th wave, and then a larger pullback will come. So it doesn't look bad currently. Okay. SNX, let me see what the SNX is doing. I didn't look that pretty long. So SNX, like many of cryptos, still I still don't see this as a full recovery. Definitely can be a candidate for it, but we still need to see more on the upside. So I think this is still a bigger 5-wave move development. It is resembling, it's a different price action. It is resembling a bit Solana. So maybe this is just an intermediary triangle. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, triangle 4, up in 5 in a wave. So if this is an ABC, we need to see more upside. Okay. So only after this, I will consider a pullback and then possible continuation higher. So we still don't see a fully developed 5-wave move. Okay. Yeah, I don't see much of a development in the same manner on other cryptos. Looking at Algo, Anchor, Atom, Audio, AXC. So nothing of that has still exhibit some type of a 5-wave move. Dogecoin still, we are still kind of messing around this range. One of the things, as I said, was Mana. Mana was also something that potentially is developing 5-wave move, which is on my list as well. So I'm going to be quite picky. This time I will get into the consideration of the cryptos which has impulsive move on the upside on a higher time frame, and then I'm going to look to be and what I'm going to do after the pullback is done. Okay. So yeah, sorry for the delay. It was a technical problem. Just to repeat and sums it up, so macro conditions still not done. Fed is still not done with raising rates, as we can see, although these rates will be in smaller increments, as we announced in Crypto Labs a couple of even months earlier, which was a kind of nothing special. It's a logical thing. Looking also this 10-year yield chart, which has helped us to kind of formulate that. Dollar index in a pullback soon, which will be kind of a detrimental a little bit, maybe even for cryptos and for markets in general. And then we are seeing potential development, but I think, in my opinion, it's still early to call the lows. There is a couple of wave structures still left, which can get us more to the downside. So we need to be careful, and the probability will shift a little bit more in the bullish favor if we see a fully developed 5 waves up, which currently many of these cryptos doesn't actually display. Okay, so be very careful, be picky, choose the things that firstly you see are good technical setups, and also which kind of corresponds to be potential on the buying lists as and their nature of the project behind. Okay, not just buy things because you think they're gonna go up. So thank you very much, guys, on the attention. So crypto service at tradinganalysis.com is active, very active with members. So we have members webinars, and we are preparing slowly to position ourselves if the conditions are gonna give us a go, and we are very observant currently what is going on. So if you like to like and subscribe, please do. It's going to help us, of course, as every content. And see you next week. In the meantime, if you want to try us out, you can check out for a trial at tradinganalysis.com. So thank you, guys, and see you next time. I hope I'm going to fix all of this so we don't have any issue in regards of time. So I'm going to try to be on time. 3 o'clock next week. So see you guys here at the Crypto Lab. Bye bye.